6.25 bid Glavin. Hey, Deco, 180. Deputy at 7. QTL, let me offer QTL.
The Vancouver Stock Exchange, like many similar institutions, both creates and reflects the financial world in which it thrives. The financings done on the floor of the exchange play a major role in the development of commerce and of industry. Vancouver is Canada's third largest metropolitan area and the major financial center in the West. The developing economic community of the Pacific means Vancouver's growth is just beginning. All major Canadian stockbrokers have offices in the city and are members of the Vancouver Stock Exchange. Of the 49 brokers who are members of the VSE, 70% are national companies with head offices outside Vancouver, and 12 are international houses.
And the NSCC is now committed to adding our stocks at the rate of 20 a day. So,
like all Canadian stock exchanges, the VSE is a non-profit organization owned by the member firms. Policies are set by the Board of Governors. 12 governors are elected annually from the industry, and 4 are appointed from the public.
Accepted in April as being depository eligible, so that will start completing the other half of the anticipated volumes and revenues.
They are going to talk about what's going on in junior achievement, and particularly a new project that they have underway.
Day-to-day business is run by the president and his 180 staff. The exchange is a self-regulated organization, governed by provincial securities legislation, and shares jurisdiction with the British Columbia Superintendent of Brokers.
One is the matter of the margin on client accounts at the firm.
Any brokerage firm wishing to become a member is scrutinized by both the exchange and the superintendent's office. Any company wishing to be listed is also subject to joint examination.
On the basis of cost, assuming they can, and assuming, we've got an audited financial statement on the company.
Okay, is he available?
IBM and get the prices discounted if we can.
Hi, Melody, hey, Strata, on the bid of Strata.
The 250 floor traders have undergone extensive training to handle the typical volume of 8,000 to 12,000 trades a day. The VSE holds the Canadian record of 33 million shares traded in a single session. Data entry staff at stations around the floor enter trades and bid-ask changes directly into the exchange computer. Trades are captured immediately and are sent out on Vancouver's market minding and retrieval service. Trades, market information, and the VSE index are sent to all media, as well as to the major national and international quotation services.
On an active market of 10 million shares worth $11.6 million.
At the end of each day's trading, the exchange computer produces records for each member. Throughout the night, VSE data processing staff burst, decollate, and distribute over 20 kilometers of reports before next morning's opening. Accounting services are also run for the exchange and for the member firms.
So I'll do that today, and you can get that 11,500 down in the next couple of days. Appreciate it.
Clearing and settlement of all trades are handled daily by the VSE Service Corps. The similarity between the clearing system of the VSE and Chicago's Midwest Stock Exchange led to the unique Access link. Access allows Canadian and U.S. brokers to trade efficiently across the border, and settlements which once took up to 12 weeks are now processed in the normal 5-day business cycle.
Pre-split code for the 27.5 and for the 32.5, and send a notice to members letting them know that they can access it that way. The other ones, the 12.5 and the 15, would go out under the standard numeric codes, whatever C or D or whatever they are.
Once we get beyond the present strike prices, once the cycle expires or we start adding new ones, we can get into a regular coding. In other words, a 13.5 or a 13 or a 15 or something like that.
Trading in Vancouver is not just in equities. The VSE is a shareholder and the Pacific Time Zone member of the International Options Clearing Corporation. Based in Amsterdam, the IOCC clears commodity options, presently gold, silver, and currencies, traded in Europe and Canada. The VSE also trades equity options as a partner in Trans-Canada Options Incorporated. Of the 1,400 companies listed on the stock exchange, over 1,000 are junior companies, typically companies in startup operations. Listing requirements of most stock exchanges close the door on smaller corporations. But during its 80-year history, the VSE has deliberately evolved to fill this gap. Entry requirements have been designed to attract and accommodate junior companies. But once they are listed, the companies are subject to a wide variety of special regulations.
Well, the union fault lies right here.
All geological and financial reports are scrutinized by qualified VSE staff or by consultants retained by the stock exchange.
That's why we're emphasizing that when the old-timers hit the silicified zone on the 3rd level,
because of their small size, the share price of junior companies can experience wide fluctuations, sometimes due to nothing more than rumor.
They were selling down.
To ensure full, true, plain, and timely disclosure of material information, the VSE developed the Electronic Market Monitor System. Any stock demonstrating a sudden change in trading price is noted immediately, and should a pattern emerge, the Compliance Department investigates to determine cause. Any halt in trading is long enough to allow the exchange to get full information to the members and to the wire services, so that investors across Canada, in the U.S., and in Europe have access to the same information as investors in Vancouver.
On the offering score! Let's press it.
The venture capital market served by the VSE is not confined to BC alone. Although registered in British Columbia, a large number of companies listed in Vancouver are from other parts of Canada and the United States. A significant portion of all trades originate in the United States and Europe. The role played by the VSE is an international one. Not all junior companies grow successfully into larger companies. Yet all companies pass through a startup stage. By giving attention to the special needs of startup companies, financings can be done through the facilities of the VSE with greater protection for the investor. The result has made Vancouver the major market in North America for venture capital and for those who wish to invest on the ground floor of development. With half the Canadian share volume traded in Vancouver every day, clearly its marketplace is well established.